Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Darlene Two Trees Cannon, and I'm here with Sandra today to talk about SuperMind and what it is, what can it do for us, how do we use it. It's this wonderful tool, and this lady has been around for a long time, involved with the person that created this, Dr. Sylvia Hartman. She's a wonderful guest and is got incredible amounts of knowledge that I want to bring to you and have her share with us. So, good morning, Sandra.
Hi, thanks for the intro.
So, what exactly is SuperMind to you?
Okay, my understanding now, from my experience about SuperMind is the combination of our conscious mind and what we call the energy mind. And I didn't really understand at first why the energy mind was used as a term rather than the unconscious, which maybe people may have thought of before. But actually, when we close our eyes and we go somewhere other than the here and now in our mind, we direct our attention, our conscious awareness, out of the here and now, whether we go into the past, into the future, into a vision or another place. All of that is energy. So it's kind of fitting to call it the energy mind as helping us to connect with and navigate the energy worlds that we enter into. And this is for me, is obviously something that's a natural thing that we all do as humans. But one of the things SuperMind has brought me into is a conscious awareness of the nature of what we're doing, what we're using, and therefore an ability to kind of control and navigate and have a relationship with that part of ourselves much more than I used to do before. So, and then I can use it much more to my personal benefit as a result of that. So it's been a real evolution for me to start to understand about SuperMind.
Now, you've been friends and co-workers and a student and probably a teacher too with Dr. Sylvia Hartman for many years. So how did you get into using SuperMind? Because I think you've been really much more into it more recently, and you have a lot of years with Sylvia before now.
And that makes me smile, because I kind of happened to be in the right place at the right time last year to be in the training, to participate in the training. And it wasn't something that until then I was actually seeking out to learn. And I had this impression, this kind of prejudice really, that, oh, what's all these magical things people are talking about and imaginary worlds people are going into, and I'm not a magical person, and I'm like myself to be grounded in the physical world. And so I didn't understand what it was, basically. And so then when I was fortunate enough to be participating in the course last year, I kind of had a revelation really about it, and I started to really understand the nature of SuperMind after that. So until then, obviously I've been a practitioner and trainer, and unconsciously using SuperMind as we do our healing of our past selves, and we are empowering our future selves, and we're doing our healing work, we're using this system of retrieving information from the past or from the future or elsewhere, or even as we represent an aspect of our life, like as a metaphor. This part of my life is like a crazy jungle at the moment. What is that? What is that? What's going on when that happens? When we get a kind of a representation like that, from where and in what nature? So I had some unconscious experience for many years of using it, but the difference is becoming conscious of the nature of what we're dealing with, and then having some really great driving tools to interact and navigate in these energy worlds. So that's completely expanded the possibilities. Like, I don't know, another order of magnitude. And now I feel much more competent and excited, and the infinite potential I'm starting to enjoy and experience that I didn't have before. So I held back for a long time. And then I thought, what was I doing holding back? I just didn't understand. And now I understand. Yeah.
So what has SuperMind done for you? And give us an example of how you've used it in a way that's beneficial to you.
Yeah. So previously, if I was working on myself for my own personal development or my clients, the tools and techniques I would be using would be tapping or emo to transform emotional energy. And we would visit different problems or the past events or future scenarios to work and apply those tools. And so with SuperMind, we go into like a metaphorical representation of the problem. So for instance, the most recent one, little journey I made, which I'll share a little bit about, I called it the Cave of Blades. What does that mean? So I had an aspect of my life which I had been avoiding looking at. And because I was avoiding looking at it, when I did turn to it, it was a big subject, and I was very emotional when I was face to face with that subject, and I avoided it because I didn't want to feel those emotions. So I took myself into that habitat, and I said, energy mind, take me to the place, perfect place in time and space, where I can evolve this subject in my life. And so I found myself in a we call it a habitat, a place where it's like a dark cave with metal blades pointing in my direction. So I couldn't advance. There was danger to advance in it, and it was a scary place. So understanding that was as a representation by the energy mind of all of what is stored within me related to that subject in a high level representation. So instead of previously, we'd go back to the past and start tapping on the events and trying to empower myself for, getting the qualities I need to overcome this area of my life. So with SuperMind, instead, now we're in a habitat which is a metaphorical representation of the problem. And the quest is then to evolve the habitat, because that's representing the energy, collective energy of the whole situation. So now it's a magical journey. And of course, in the energy worlds, everything is possible, magic is possible, and its immediate change can happen. So I set about having an interaction, and the blades, we did something and the blades disappeared and some spirits escaped from them. And then there was magic mirrors on the wall that reflected me what was missing in me that I needed to grow. And I got those energies of courage and voice to be able to speak out more strongly. And then I had a visit with a past aspect who needed love, and a venture into the future, a future successful me, having achieved what she wanted to achieve, and then came back to the cave after this kind of shamanic journey, if you like, and then the cave roof opened into the blue skies, and I was transformed. So by the journey of evolution in that habitat that I undertook, as I interacted with the energy of the problem in this higher level, changed me. So, after that journey, I was different. I have definitely made a shift within myself, and it didn't take very long, maybe 15 minutes maximum. And a very significant shift has taken place in a very magical way, enjoyable way, which really feels good to do. So, so I call that one the Cave of Blades. I even wrote that one up because it was such a great story and good inspiration as well. Maybe touching other people.
So basically, SuperMind can save you money because you don't have to go to a counselor. It can save you time because traditionally counselors take it forever to get you resolved, if you even get resolved. Okay. A lot of anxiety can be released. I mean, you don't have to be anxious. It saves the person a lot by using the methodology that you're describing.
Yeah, it's a high level representation of the problem, and we evolve it in Sanctuary where magic is possible. And by that, we just mean instant change, massive transformation instantly, which can't happen in the physical world in the same way. And those changes translate into our experiential changes. So we evolve at the same time. It's very fast and very, very nice. And it's definitely a self-help technique that you can learn to do. So I find, I can put my hands on my heart and I have a problem and I say, okay, dear energy mind, take me to the perfect place in time and space where I can get the energy I need, solve this problem, learn about something, get some insights about something, change my state to what I want to change it to. And it's definitely, there are a few questions to ask ourselves to enter into the energy world, to feel it like we're living in it, like a lucid dream, but you're actually, or when you go back to a memory and you're there again experiencing all the emotions. So we want to enter into the habitat to really live it so that our spirit, our energy body changes as the habitat evolves, and then we change, and then we bring, we evolve, but by this beautiful magical journey, which feels good.
So what would you say to people that are interested in SuperMind?
Well, there's a number of things people can start to find out more. Sylvia's book, Infinite Creativity, is a great starting point to introduce you to the concept with some exercises to try out for yourself, to have some experiences. Then there are two programs that we have. There's the SuperMind Masters program, which is Sylvia Hartman's course that she's designed, which is a magnificent way to learn how to navigate the energy worlds for what we want. And then I have a fortnightly kind of community group where we practice. And we do our evolution, so that Cave of Blades story happened as a group, in a group meeting where we had 15 minutes, little journey. And as I'm guiding everybody else, I had my own journey. And, I had my personal evolution in that. So as a group, in the community of people who want to learn how to do this, want to use this approach for their personal development, then, we have called SuperMind Explorers. So there's a few ways people can start to find out more about it.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much, Sandra, for coming by today and having this conversation with us and letting everyone know just how important, easy, fun it could be to their own evolution.
Thanks for the chance to share also, Darlene. I appreciate that. So nice to see you again today. So thanks a lot, and we hope to attract some more people to come and discover and explore with us their own super minds. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.